Okay, tighten up, guys. This is PB again with you on PB 36 with another MUT tutorial video. This is the release of Madden 18 has been out for a few days now. Actually, it's been out for about a week, and so I wanted to kind of do some of these just unedited, just stream type of videos, so we could kind of give you guys some ideas about how to do some team building. Try to give you guys some ideas about how to play the game and how to better your experience on the game. As you guys know from watching me, I am an Ultimate Team player. So let's go in to our Ultimate Team. I'm going to give you some tips today. This is going to be how to build in your backup team so that you can save on contracts. Now, what if you'll notice up on the top up there, I've got 129 items. I've got 336 contracts. I've got around 10,000 coins, just over that. I'm at a MUT level of 12 and a 78 overall team. Okay, when you guys see me playing on stream on my streams, you'll notice that sometimes you're like, man, this guy must not be any good because the team he has is not ranked very high. So see, I have this lineup number 2, right? Okay, as you can see, there's most of them are gold. There are some, smatterings of silver players. I've kind of got it built in now to where, I don't have too many bronzes. I've got some of these guys in here that I'm going in and grinding solos with that you can, as long as Rodney Harrison and Larry Allen are in this lineup, you're going to get progress toward building in the upgrades for their legends. So, again, what I'm trying to do here is I am trying to build in these secondary teams. Okay, the reason is if you did not order the GOAT, this video is going to apply to you guys. If you did order the GOAT, this video may not necessarily apply to you. And let me explain why. For example, we ordered the GOAT. We got the game, a few days early. We got all the perks, we got all the packs and everything. This profile is a different profile from the one that had the packs, okay, and the GOAT edition. This is my profile. The other profile is my son, Minimac. He has a channel on Twitch called Mandalore Mac, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to check out his channel. As well as a link to ours. We stream primarily on Twitch now. We do put videos on YouTube, but anyway, I'll leave links to both of those. But anyway, he has the GOAT edition, okay? And in that case, you got 2,500 contracts to start out with. You got a bunch of packs to open, so you've got enough guys to go in and do some of your backup teams. Now, the reason I use backups and the reason I use my lesser players to complete some of the rookie challenges is you don't want to take this. I mean, I don't want to use Deion Buchanan here. I don't want to use all 25 of his contracts. I don't want to use those completing rookie challenges, right? And so, because of that, I don't want to have to go in here and add contracts in. I want to be able to, make the game not boring, as I'm grinding through the challenges. So, I don't want to use this team and use up all the contracts on it. So, for you guys that didn't get the GOAT edition, you started out, I think, with 25 contracts. You basically started out with, a 70 player on offense, 70 player on defense, and you're, trying to build your team up from there. So, the idea is from here is to go in, and I'll show you. This is kind of a sniping method that I use, but I'll show you how this works. You're going to go into the auction house to buy these guys. First, let me back up a minute and show you how to evaluate what you need here. You're going to go into your item buy. Let's go in with all players. Okay, and we're going to select gold as our quality here. Okay, then we're going to go back into players. Now what that's going to do is it's going to show you here, I have 57 players that are gold. Okay, I've got 3 quarterbacks, so I'm pretty good there. I mean, unless I've utilized a lot of these guys and already burnt through their contracts, I'm pretty good because I don't really need that great of a quarterback to complete these rookie and pro challenges, right? So I've got 4 halfbacks. I'm pretty good there. 2 fullbacks, 6 receivers. I've got 2 centers. Now, with the 2 centers, that might be a little bit thin because as I use one of them up, I got to throw another one in there. And I may be using one of these gold centers, depending upon how good your first team is, as one of my first team centers. So I'm a little bit thin at the guard, left tackle, left guard, and the center position. Okay? Now, again, what I'm doing is I'm trying to build a little bit of depth in this secondary team. So there's glaring deficiencies basically in this system because I don't have the number of players that I'm going to need right now because I'm not far enough into the game to have accumulated all these guys. Okay, so this left outside linebacker that I have right here is Marquise Flowers, Cincinnati Bengals. So we're going to go ahead and view this item. Okay, now I'm going to look at it. See, I've got 6 contracts with him. So this is a glaring deficiency in my backup team. Particularly if I'm using him, I'm not using this guy on my first team, but if you are using him on your first team and your second team, you're chewing through the contracts. You can see there that there's only 6 contracts remaining on this guy. So what's going to happen is I'm grinding through solos. This guy's going to run out of contracts, and I'm going to have to pull somebody from another position, and it will probably reduce his overall. Or I'm going to have to stop what I'm doing and go back in and find somebody to replace him with. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to identify each position, okay, where I'm deficient at, okay. Now, again, we looked at these 3 offensive line positions, the center, left guard, left tackle. And we're looking at the left outside linebacker, maybe right end, anywhere you've got 2 guys, you might be a little short, okay? So from there, what I'm doing is I'm going to go in and I'm going to buy these guys. Now you're saying, well, wait a minute now, if I'm trying to save money, why would I be going in and buying a guy for a second team? Well, the way that you buy them is you're not going to get hurt, okay? And I'll show you how to do that here in a minute, but you're going to be able to turn around and sell these guys once you get their contracts down to 3 or 4 contracts. You can put them out there and sell them. You can put them in sets, and you're not going to lose, okay? You're not going to lose your investment in them. So you'll be able to get these back out. So we're going to go into the auction house, and I'm going to show you how to do it. You can also use this to buy and resell. You can use this as kind of a sniping method. I'm going to do another video about that. But for the purposes of trying to put together our backups, let's just go ahead and do it this way. So we said our left outside linebacker was our most glaring need for a backup guy. And again, this is not something that's just paramount important. It's just something that's kind of cool to build in your backup guys if you're doing this for the long haul. Okay, and again, if you got the GOAT edition, this really doesn't apply. So we're going to take left outside linebacker. We're going to take the gold. And then we're going to sort it by price, okay? Now, what we're looking for is someone, because you don't want to spend a lot of time doing this, but what we're looking for is somebody that's about to come off of, that's pretty cheap, that's about to come off of auction, okay? And for right now, we really haven't, there's not really somebody that's about to come off that's cheap, because you don't want to spend a whole lot on these guys. Okay, 2 different things you can do. This guy's coming off in 11 minutes, so if I'm going to be grinding solos, what you can do is go ahead and check the contracts because you're buying them for contracts, right? He's a 77 overall. These guys, even the cheap ones, are selling, you know, for anywhere from $550 up to maybe $1,000. Okay, so he does have the contract, so he meets the criteria of what we're going to need. So we're going to go ahead and place a bid on him, okay? And that's going to throw him into what I call our queue, or our auction queue, and I'll show you that in a minute, okay? So, and again, if you have to spend $500 on him, that's no big deal, because you're going to be able to get that back out of him. You're just using him for the contracts. You're utilizing this card for the contracts, okay? You can go in the sniping method. You can go in, and I'll show you how to do that in another video, but you can go in and bid on all these guys, kind of get an idea of what the market's going to bear, and then just throw them right back out there and sell them. but this is a way to accumulate some players that you're going to need. Now, we said we were short at left tackle. We could use another gold left tackle. So we're going to do the same thing with those guys. Again, we're going to sort it by price. Okay. Not many of these guys, we don't really have one that's coming off early or coming off really quick that's pretty cheap. Okay. This guy right here, this Russell Okung, again, we're going to check the contracts. He's at 25. People are just getting these out of packs and they're turning around and selling them. They're not utilizing them as backup teams. That's fine. If we can find something that we can use, let's do that and let them do their thing. So we did bid on that left tackle. Okay. All right. Now we're going to come in and we're going to look at left guard. So we're going to go in and check. Now this is perfect. Okay. We got these two right here that are about to come off. They're both at 100. Let's see where their contracts are. Okay. This guy's got 25 contracts. He's a player for what we're trying to do. Okay. Same thing with this guy. Let's check his contracts. Again, he's at 25. Let's do the same thing with him. You're going to go in and you're going to try to buy him on the cheap. Okay, so we've marked these guys again. Okay, now again, these are 71, 72. So you don't want to bid these guys way up or anything. I mean, you don't want to bid them up to 5, 6, or maybe 6, 700. But if you bid them up to about 500, you're probably going to get at least close to your money back. I would ideally like to get these guys around 400. Okay, so we did the left guard. Okay, and again, we're going in, we're just tagging these guys. Okay, we're tagging them and throwing them into our what I call our queue. Okay, here's a perfect, again, another perfect situation if the contracts are there. Contracts are there, go ahead and bid on him. So he's got 25. Okay, this guy over here, and bid on all of them, guys. Bid on all of them there. He's got 21, so we're probably not going to go quite as high with him, but that's pretty close. So we will. In other words, I'd rather have this guy than this guy. Okay, he's pretty close to coming off the auction, so let's check his contracts. And again, his contracts are there, so we're going to bid on him too. Now again, if you buy a bunch of these, if you get all of them, you can just throw them back out there and sell them. Okay, because you're going to get your money back. So what we're doing is trying to utilize the contracts. And again, this is not something where you're hitting home runs. You're just getting on base with these guys. Okay, if you're going to use a baseball analogy, what we're doing is we're just trying to get to first. Okay, so we're playing small ball with these, but if you do this regularly, it gives you a break in the grinding. I mean, they call it grinding solos for a reason, because it is a grind. And so you want to make sure that you're doing a variety of different things in gameplay. And Madden's been really good. They added a long shot in. They've added a lot of different methods that you can go in and play the game to build your ultimate team. So I had to get a drink there, guys. Sorry. So anyway, as you can see, we've got kind of an idea about what we want to do here. I don't want to go over 400 on any of these guys. These are all low 70s, so I don't want to go over 400 on any of these guys. These guys right here I could, because I'm going to be able to get a pretty good price for these guys once I turn around and resell them. Okay, so again, let me back up here. So we went in and we tagged these guys in the auction house, right? So we tagged them, and by that we went into the auction house. We found the guys that we wanted to look at. We bid on them. That throws them into the my bids queue. Okay, and now we're just sitting here waiting. But you need to kind of have an idea about what you want to buy, and the market does fluctuate. The game's just come out. It's only been out a few days, and so because the market fluctuates, you need to make sure that you are not going overboard on what you're bidding on. Okay, so I would suggest to get a little small notebook and just kind of take notes to kind of give yourself an idea about what the market is bearing on these guys and what to do for them. Okay, so this guy's about to go in. Again, I'm not going to go over 400, so I'm going to go ahead and bid. Somebody else bid on him there. I'm going to go ahead and bid the 400. And if somebody outbids me, don't get into a bidding war, okay? Because you don't want to blow through coins. This is actually a method to save coins in the long run, so you don't want to do that. So if somebody outbids you, let him have him, man. Let him take him. He's got a need for him too. Just let him take him, because I've got other guys here that I'm bidding on too. So you want to ideally get these guys at a price that you can turn around and sell them for after you utilize the contracts and at least break even, okay? Because that way you're able to build your contracts up. Looks like we got real close on that guy. They carried him down to the end. And again, we've checked all the contracts. Hey, that's Chance Warmack. He's an Alabama guy. Roll Tide. So again, we got an idea. We've checked the contracts. We know what we want to pay. You have to be careful when you're building on multiple ones of these because you can get caught napping. And we may get some of these and we may not. But we're not going to go, like I said, we're not going to go over 400. Going to go ahead and bid on him again. If they outbid us, that's fine. I've set the price that I want to pay at 400. Got real close on this one. We may have a shot at him. A lot of people will let these bids go down. It's kind of a psychological thing. They'll let the bids go all the way down, and then they'll bid at the last minute. So that's what they're doing with this guy. So we're gonna let them have him, okay? Because we just picked this guy up. It looks like, okay. So we just picked up Chance Warmack, Roll Tide, for 400. That card will sell for at least that, if not more. So we're gonna make our money back on him. And now we have a third left guard that we can throw into that position. Okay, so we're gonna kind of just carry this on through. Wow, look at this guy right here. He might go into a set or something. Sometimes you need to check these guys and just see what you can turn around and sell them for, because sometimes they go in sets. You make pretty decent coins on them. And I'll usually buy 5 or 6 of these guys when I first get started, guys. I'll throw them straight back out there, sell them. I'll make anywhere from 400 to 700 coins probably on average for these guys. So I will do that just to try to gain a little bit of coins while I'm playing. So we're looking at we got a left guard. We're gonna get the center. We're gonna go ahead and buy all of them because if we can get them on the cheap, then we're gonna get them on the cheap and throw them back out there, right? Just get them on the cheap and throw them out there and sell them. And if you do lose on some of these guys, it's no problem. Just throw them in there. Throw him in a set, or you can use him, to save some of your contracts. Okay, so he's back. He's 450, so he's over what we want to pay. So we're gonna go in here and bid on Zach Fulton here. We're gonna check these guys down here below. You got to watch the time on them when you got multiple ones in here. This is fun too to me. I like doing this part of it. I like dealing with the market, buying low, selling high. Getting guys as best I can. I'm kind of I guess I'd be a good salary cap guy. I don't know if I'd be good at it, but I'd enjoy it. Trying to get the most out of the finite assets, I guess you'd have. Trying to get as much you can out of each coin that you have. So we're going to bid on him again. Again, we're pushing him up to the 400 range. We're not going to bid on him again. Sometimes it's good to go ahead and get in there. And early, it kind of helps to keep you focused. And so they bid us up to 400. We're leaving him. Okay, these guys right here will go up to about 6 on these guys, because you can turn around and sell these guys for at least, I would say you'd probably, right now you're getting about 750 for them. You're not making many coins when you turn around and resell them, but that's not what you're trying to do. You're trying to get these guys to use the contracts on them. And so we'll see. We'll go up to about 6 or 650. We'll go up to 650 on him. So the next bid will be 650. So we'll just leave. If somebody else bids on him, we'll just leave it because we're not using him as a permanent player. And like I said, as you can see, the market's kind of funny. This guy 1400. This guy 400. This guy 400. This guy 9. This guy's still going, right? So it's really hard to tell what they're going to do. So somebody needs this guy pretty bad. We're going to go up to about 6 on this guy and just kind of see what we can do. Now the left outside linebacker was a position that we were in need of, but we don't want to let need dictate paying a higher price for him. So we are going to go about 650 on him. We won't go over that. If we don't get him, we can always go back in after we go in and play a couple of solo challenges. We can, go in and try it again, try to find another one of these. So, and again, what I do this in between the solo challenges. It doesn't take that long to accomplish this. It doesn't take that long to go in and do these. Yeah, it looks like they're going to bid him up. We're going to wait and see what he does, because like I said, we don't want to pay over 650 for him, and he's probably going to go higher than that, but that's okay. They throw them out there all the time, guys. There's always guys out there on auction. So let's go back in and go ahead and bid and try to get him. Okay, somebody else bids. We're going to bid again, and then we're going to let it ride. Won't go over what we have predetermined. That's the biggest part of this, is you don't want to go. Okay, so somebody bid 700 on him. We're going to let him fly. But we were able to get a guy, so I'm glad that we're able to do that, because I wanted to show you guys how to do this. And again, we got another left guard, so we're going to pull back out of the auction house. Okay, so now we have a left guard that we can use on our backup team. So we're going to go back to our backup team. Going to change the lineup. Okay, the other thing that you can do is eventually I'll have enough that I'll be able to do like a silver team. So I can throw a silver team out there, and then I really, start saving on my contracts. So we did get a left guard. Was it a left guard? I think that's what we're doing. So let's look at this. Who did we just? Is he in there? Yeah, there he is. Chance Warmack. So we've built some depth into this left guard position. Okay, this is the left guard that we have. Larry Allen is our starting left guard. This guy is the number 2 guy. He's got 11 contracts on him, and now we got Chance Warmack with 25. So we did build some depth into the backup team. The reason I've got Larry Allen in there now, and I'll put him in on my starting team as well, is because there are challenges that you have that you can complete with him in there. Same thing with this Rodney Harrison. If you can complete those challenges, then it's going to give you an upgraded card, an upgraded legend card. So that's why they are in there. One other thing I want to show you right quick before I end this. I'm just going to throw this guy out here. And we paid 400 for him, right? Oop. Okay, that was a guy I picked up the other day for some reason. Still a little glitchy. That was a guy I picked up the other day. I was doing the same thing with it. So you see that I do this pretty regularly. I needed some middle linebackers, and so it's just now showing that I got them. Okay, and I picked up a bunch of these guys. I didn't pay over. I think I paid about 300 for each one of those guys that you saw there, except for the guard. Of course, we paid 400 for him. So you're gonna go into your item binder. You're gonna pull in your newest, and you can see, here's some of the guys that I bought. I can actually tell you. I'll run through it right quick. Kind of gives you an idea about how to snipe. This guy right here paid 450 for. So you just you hit L1, and it will take you to the guys in the market if you weren't aware of that. These are all the guys that are out there for sale. So see, I paid 450 for him yesterday. I could turn around and sell this guy for probably around 2,500, make a couple of grand in coins. Okay, so it's good to do this to try to get an idea about what the market's bearing and what you can do. So again, go in, buy cheap, sell high. Now let's look at this Chance Warmack. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. L1 takes us into the market. It's going to give us an idea about what he's selling for. We paid 400 for him. Okay, I would probably put him out there for about 950 to 1,000. He will sell at that. I promise you, he will. So if you paid 400, you sell him for 1,000. That's 600. Minus the 100 10% fee that they're going to charge you for the house, and you're going to make 500 coins on that guy, and it doesn't take that long to do. And you will be able to do that after you use up the contracts on him, provided that the market hasn't, made a severe shift, right? So anyway, guys, I hope this helps. I just wanted to kind of do something like this right quick so that you guys could see what you can do if you did not get the GOAT edition and you wanted to get add some extra contracts in. So I hope this is helpful. Be sure to follow us on Twitter. We are PBMac36 on Twitter. You can also follow us on Twitch at PBMac36 on Twitch. You can also follow my son Mandalore Mac on Twitch, and I will put the links in the description below so that you guys can follow us. So again, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys again really, really soon.